Hi, welcome or welcome back. Today we have a shorter class focusing on the hips. So this is a somatic approach to Pilates, which means it's a little bit slower, it's a little bit more introverted, and we have slightly different focus. It's good for anyone, but specifically if you have any tension in your hips or you feel like there's not much space in this area, then this is especially good for you. So as you can see, I brought a scarf. This is a wool scarf. So you can bring something that if it's a bit cold for you later on, as we will be on the floor for quite a while and maybe not sweating, doing more softer movements. So it's good to have something you can cover with if you tend to get chilly. So if you're ready, you can meet seated on the mat here with me. To begin, you'll find a comfortable seated position. So I prefer to sit like this, but if this hurts your knees, you can, for example, sit on top of your scarf or maybe roll your mat underneath you so that you sit up nice and tall. All right? And we begin by placing one hand on the chest, or actually we can place both hands on the chest and just relax. You can close your eyes if you want to. And you might notice that as you breathe in, your chest is sort of rising. And as you breathe out, your chest is sinking. So you can inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. Last one. And now rub your palms together just to get some warmth into your hands. And you'll bring that warm energy, let's say, or that warmth into your rib cage. So just massaging or stroking your rib cage here and at the back. So we get a sense of having three-dimensionality to the body. We have 2 sides and a front and the back. So as you breathe now again, as we did before, you'll try to breathe into that wholeness of the rib cage. So you can place your hands on each side of your rib cage. Thumbs are behind and the other fingers are in front. And we do the same thing again. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. See if you can push your breath down so that your hands are really being pushed out to the sides. Relax your body. You'll do 2 more. Last one now. And now bring your hands down to your belly and you'll make some circles. So really massaging or stroking. So you're moving your skin, getting some warmth into the skin. Now as you do so, you'll send the breath into this belly. So it will expand on your inhale and then sink on the exhale. One more. And now just stroke at the front of your hips. So we're just sending the attention, our gaze, a little bit into this area that tends to be quite dead, quite forgotten, especially if you are a bit sedentary, maybe you work seated at the office. It's just sending a little bit of attention down here. All right, let's come to all fours. Now place your left leg on top of your right leg and try to relax that left hip. You'll place your right hand a bit in front of you and you'll kind of drop your hips forward. So make sure that you're engaging your core so you're not swaying your back here, but you're keeping your back straight. Try to relax that left hip. I know it's really, really hard. All right, now you're going to contract the front of the hip and at the back here. So that's going to be pretty strange, but try. So it's going to feel like you're trying to push your hip even more through, if that makes sense. So you're pushing against something. And you hold that contraction. 3, 2, 1. And now you slowly release the contraction as you push your weight back. You see? So just feel your hips softening more and more. And you can come a bit further back here. And we'll do exactly the same thing. So push your weight forward or press your weight forward. Now make sure to engage your core as you drop your hips through. And now contract the hips. So you're contracting the back here underneath your glute and at the front here. And we hold for 3, 2, 1. Now slowly give up that contraction as you push your weight back, leaning onto, maybe not all the way back to your heels, but leaning back, softening the hip. One more time. Let's come forward, drop your hips, engage the core, and contract and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release, push back, and wait until it completely softens. So your weight is on your right knee. All right, let's come to neutral position again. Just shake your hips out. Let's repeat on the other side, placing the right foot on top of the left, left hand in front of you, drop your hips through, engage your core and contract and push, kind of tucking your tailbone under. Contract and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now all the weight into your left knee as you slowly release and you push your weight slowly back, softening that right hip. Wait until it gets completely soft. Try to really go all the way. And now pull yourself forward again. Drop your hip through and tuck your tail and contract. 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. Push yourself back. So I'm pushing into the hands, trying to relax my hip. Maybe coming all the way back. Leaning onto the left side so that my right side can relax. And come back forward. Drop your hip through. Contract. Tuck your tailbone. Contract and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. Beautiful. So it's really hard to contract one area of your body and stay relaxed and soft in the rest of your body. So that takes a little bit of practice. All right, let's come to neutral position. Shake those hips again. Come to stillness. You're going to draw a small circle with your tailbone. So make sure that you go out to the side, up towards the ceiling, out to the opposite side, and then tucking your tail under and around. All right, let's go. Maybe 8 small circles. So anytime we make circles, try to be precise. so that we get into the fullness of the movement. We tend to skip corners and make some strange shapes because our body goes where it's comfortable or where we're used to going, where we already have some ingrained patterns. All right, let's reverse the circle or going in the opposite direction. So maybe this side is harder to actually make a circle. 3 more. 2. Last one. And now curve your spine, push into the floor. Really stretch out the back side of your body like a cat. And you're going to come to neutral and then sort of drop your chest through, opening up, lifting your sternum. And again, push the floor, curve your spine, hollowing through your abdomen. And then neutral and drop your sternum. Let's come to a curve again. And this time make 3 large circles with your upper body. See if you have maybe some more softness in your hips now than what you had before. Reverse the circle, other side, 3 big circles. 2. Last one. And neutral spine, long neck. Reach out from the top of your head and from the bottom of your tail. Just elongating 2 directions here. Nice and straight and strong. Beautiful. Let's make our way down onto the mat. So make sure that you are laying flat on the mat, but also that you have your covering next to you so that if you start feeling cold, you can sort of cover up. So we'll reach out through the legs to the corners of the mat. Place your hands on top of your hips here. Is in that area that we've been working on. You're going to reach out through that hip and relax. Other side, reach out through the hip and relax. I'm reaching through the leg, but I'm really visualizing that there's a space between my bone and my joint that's increasing as I reach and relax. And there actually is. Ooh, big secret. There is a space there. All right, let's keep going. Reach, 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 and relax. Try not to flare your chest as you do so, and try to connect your navel. So there is a line going from your navel through your leg and all the way down into your tippy toes, or your heel, rather. Other side. 2 more like this. And now you're going to kind of just shake your hips. So you're still reaching out and you're allowing the opposite hip to draw a bit up as you do so, but you're a bit more playful. Just shimmy from side to side. Keep that breath going. And even faster. So just shaking, or maybe you can think about it as rocking, sort of. Beautiful. I have to just adjust a little bit, coming further up on the mat. You're going to place your left foot on top of your right foot, and then extend your arms to the corners of the mat and place your left hand on top of your right hand and bend to the side. So can you feel like a nice stretch from the toe, your left toes or your left heel, all the way through the left side of your body as sort of like a half moon, and all the way up into your shoulder, your arm, and into your hand. Breathe into that extension. And come back to center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Right leg on top, right arm on top, and just side bend to the left. And breathe into your right side, extending through. Beautiful. Back to center again. Hands come down onto your belly, and we're just going to rock from this position. So you rock by flexing and pointing your feet, and you need to have a little bit of friction. So you're just allowing that wave, that rock from your feet to travel up your spine. So you might feel that your head wants to nod, your chest wants to move. Just let everything follow as a consequence of that pushing of the floor. A few more seconds. Find stillness and just lay in this, the aftermath. So I often just feel like there's something running through my body as I do this. Just lay there and breathe into it. Now extend your arms again. You're going to allow your knee to meet your elbow and then side bend to that side. So as you come to the side here, it's actually the top of your head that wants to meet your tailbone. So try to connect to that feeling and then extend through. So if you have the top of your head and your tailbone, that's down here, reaching out from your center and then up and around something to the side, right? So elbow and knee, yes, but then the top of the head and the tail are reaching up and around to the side. So the opposite side here is really nice and long. And come back to center, other side. Up and around to the side and center. One more on each side, up and around and center. Two more actually, up and around and center. This is your last one, up and around and back to center. Beautiful. So also the feet on the floor, hands to the mat or onto your belly. You're going to let your left knee drop out to the side. So you let it drop, and when you feel like you're following with the rest of your body, that's when you want to stop. You stop here, and then you exhale, draw your navel into your spine, and the knee comes back up. Again, drop your knee out. When you feel like you're rocking towards that side, stop. Exhale, knee comes back in. Again, out to the side. Exhale. So your spine is not moving. You're neutral, keeping a little bit of space underneath your lower back. It's just your breath that is doing the work. So drop out to the side as you exhale. Let's do one more. Drop it out. Exhale. Good job. Other side. Right knee out. And stop. Exhale. Good job. Keep going. Follow your own breath. So you might notice that one of your hips is more open than the other. And you're going to not try to do the same thing on each side. Rather, you want to adjust according to the necessities of that specific hip or side of the hip. All right, drop it out. Navel to spine. So feel that connection from your belly button or behind your belly button down into your hip and all the way down into your knee and your leg. So it's the breath sort of drawing that knee back in. We'll do one more. And exhale. Good job. Now just push the floor and we'll do a bit of rocking again. So again, just relax your hip, relax your chest and your neck, and let that pushing, that energy from the ground just run and ripple through your body. And find stillness. Just lay here breathing, feeling your body really sinking into the floor. And now slowly drop both your knees out to the side. Open up here, relax the inside of your legs. And as you exhale, you're going to draw both of them up. 2 more times, drop your knees out. Fill your belly with air. And on your exhale now, draw your navel in. 1 more time. Fill your belly. And exhale. Good job. Place your feet a bit closer to your sit bones. Now push your lower back into the floor by drawing your navel to the spine. All right, good job. Let's release. Come back to neutral. And do it again. Navel to spine. Push your lower back into the floor. And release. And again, push your lower back into the floor. And release. This time you're going to do it again. Push your lower back into the floor. But you're also going to push into your feet so that you lift just your tailbone off the floor. So you can kind of place maybe a sheet of paper or something underneath your hips now. Or I don't remember which teacher, but someone used to say like there's a little ant that can kind of pass through underneath your hips. All right, let's roll down through the bottom of the spine, vertebra by vertebra, and relax at the bottom. Let's do it again. So push your lower back into the floor and then lift your tailbone by pushing into your feet, and imagine that something can kind of crawl under here, something very small, and slowly rolling through your spine all the way down. Beautiful. One more time. Push your lower back down and lift your tailbone by pushing down into the floor. And this time you can push a little bit further up, rolling all the way up to a bridge. Make sure you're really opening up here, relaxing this part. Excuse me. You don't need to hold any tension here. 2 more breaths. Last one. And vertebra by vertebra, meeting the floor, melting down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And now widen the stance of your feet a little bit. And you're going to drop both your knees to one side. You're going to push through that upper leg now. So you're reaching through your knee, opening up the front of the hip here, and then bringing that sit bone back to the floor. You see? Let's do one more time on this side. I'm reaching through the top knee. See there? Opening up the side, or the front rather, and then sit bone back to the floor. Other side, reaching through the top knee, opening up the front, and then reaching through the sit bone to come back. So I'm almost, almost pushing through my tailbone here to come back. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Alternating from side to side, opening up the front and reach back. So you're trying to work almost through your bones rather than your muscles, and especially try to stay soft at the front. Although you're moving your legs, you really don't need to do anything with this part. And we're going to just push the floor and be a little bit more playful and rocking through the hip here. So can you feel your pelvis sort of just rocking from side to side? So it's a bit different of a feeling. There's less of a reach. There is a reach, but there is less of a reach and more of a momentum going on, sort of rocking through. Let your breath be soft, maybe all the way down here into the belly. A little bit more. Enjoying the massage that we're getting on the back of our hips. And now come on to the side. Stack your legs on top of each other. And we'll begin by making some big circles with the top leg, opening up. So make sure you have a neutral spine, long neck reaching out of the tailbone and reaching out of the top of the head. And the leg is just moving from the hip socket, nice and slow, supporting the leg with the breath. And again, when we make circles, try to make the full circle and reverse. What you can do is to visualize that you're drawing with your knee. You can see that circle in the periphery of your eyes or of your sight. You see yourself drawing a beautiful circle. One more. And now grab a hold of your shin and you're going to press it back. And again, open up the front. Maybe open up the chest a little bit too. And stack your legs again. Now lift your shin and your foot up. Can you feel it sort of contracting on the outside of your hip here? So you're going to engage that contraction and exaggerate it. And then very slowly release the contraction, just like we did at the beginning of class. So lift the foot up, exaggerate that contraction. It's going to be here somewhere. Going to feel that it gets harder. And then slowly release. One more time. Lift up and contract and hold for 3, 2, 1. And slow. Release and soften. Bring both your knees into your chest. And you're going to fold your hands behind your head and open your chest to the ceiling. So just a little twist and open here. Try to relax both your hips. So if your feet or your legs rather are just falling out of shape, that's totally fine. This class is not about shapes, really. It's more about intention and the movement and the pattern, not so much about holding the shapes. It's good to practice that too. We do that in other classes. Practice a lot of control of the larger muscle groups, but for this class, that's not very important. And come back to the side. And now push yourself up. Maybe give yourself a little stretch on the side here. And we'll do the same on the other side. So coming down Stacking your legs. And we'll begin by making circles. So make sure that you're reaching out from the top of your head and from your tailbone. So you're not tucking your spine, or you're not tucking your tail, rather, and not arching your back either. So can you visualize the knee drawing a circle? And again, one of your hips is probably more open than the other. So this hip for me is the one that's more problematic. I have to not be too ambitious and just respect that the circle probably should be smaller. And maybe I also need to work a bit slower. Just be a bit more understanding. I will do the same. Circle reversed. So going back and up, front. You do about 6 or 8 circles in your own tempo. Make sure the breath is going, supporting the work that you're doing with your legs. One more circle. And then grab a hold of your shin and open up the front of your hip here. You can wiggle a little bit to find the stretch so that you feel it at the front of your hip flexor. That's this area that we've been working on. And stack your legs again. Lift your foot up. Feel that contraction and then exaggerate it. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax, slowly softening. So you want to be very slow as you release the contraction and lift up the leg. Contract, so you can contract fast, but then give it up slowly, softening a little at a time. One more lift up and contract and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly relax. Beautiful. Both knees to the chest. Fold your hands behind your head and open up. And just relax here. Again, let your legs go if they start falling out of shape. And come back to the side. And push the floor. Come up to seated. Do a little stretch here. Reaching up. And relax. Beautiful. Let's close off class together. Just crossing at the ankles here. And let's do a little rock. Just to loosen up. So good job. So in these sort of classes, it's more about concentration and kind of working inwards and looking inwards into ourselves. So it can be challenging in a different way. We're not sweating, maybe, or maybe you are, but we are really working our concentration and our intention in the movement. So I hope this has been a good class for you. Let's close together by inhaling and reaching the arms up. 1. And exhale, center yourself and drop your weight into the floor. 2 more times. 2. And last one. And exhale. Thank you for joining me. Please do subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like the class. And until next time, bless you. Ciao.